Welcome. I'm Kirsten Allison. Today we are going to do some sun breaths and then a vinyasa, a full body vinyasa. So when you're ready, we'll begin at the front of the mat. All 10 toes pointing forward. Stacking our knees over our ankles, hips over our knees, shoulders over our hips. And placing our head right in the middle, palms facing forward. Check in with your hips that your butt isn't sticking out or pulling in too much. You just want to have a nice neutral pelvis here. Just settling down, checking in, maybe even setting an intention for today. Maybe giving yourself some gratitude for showing up and being here. Inhale, your hand's going to come above the head. Exhale, bending at the knees and folding forward at the hips. Dive forward. Knees are continuing to be bent here, prioritizing our spine. And inhale, hands to shins, pushing in, finding a flat back. And exhale, bending your knees, folding forward. Inhale, deeply bending into your knees, straightening out your back, arms come above the head. And exhale, hands floating down back to your side. Inhale, hands come above the head. Exhale, bending at the knees, folding at the hips forward, deeply bending your knees. Inhale, hands to shins, straightening out your legs, finding a flat back. And exhale, bending, folding forward. Inhale, deeply bending at your knees, finding length in your spine, inhaling to all the way to stand. And exhale, very slowly, dropping your hands back down towards your side. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, bending at the knees, coming all the way up to stand. Exhale, very gently. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale. A few more times. I'm just cueing the breath now. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale all the way to stand. And exhale, hands down by your side. Standing here, checking in with your body, and maybe notice if your heart is slowed down. Maybe if you feel really calm or really centered, warm. Whatever it is you're feeling, placing your hands on your heart, just letting it sink in. Slowing down once more. And dropping your hands back down towards our side. Inhale, hands come above the head. Exhale, at your knees bending forward. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, planting both hands on the ground, stepping your left foot back for runner's lunge. Maybe coming up onto your fingertips, engaging your legs, shifting your right hip back into space and your left hip forward, finding balance between the two hips as one is stepping back. Engage your legs, engage your core, maybe coming all the way up with hands at heart center in prayer. Checking that your knee is over your ankle and you're energetically pulling your heel back towards the back of the mat, engaging your left leg, making it really strong to protect your knee, but you have one straight line all the way from your hip to your heel. And breathing with your next inhale, right arm coming up, kind of cartwheeling backwards, reaching for the backside of the mat, and left hand is reaching forward for this twist. Continuing to breathe deeply. With your next inhale and exhale, you're going to be shifting and planting your left elbow on the outside of your right leg. Right hand comes to meet your left hand in prayer. And without using your arms, but mostly using the muscles in your back and your core to twist outwards to the right. See if you can move the middle of your hands to your heart space. Your legs are energetically pulling in towards each other so you don't lose your balance. Keeping everything engaged, maybe glancing up. And exhale, falling, planting both hands on the ground, stepping back for a plank. And sitting here for just a moment. Maybe shifting between your left and right leg, just stretching out the back sides of your legs. Inhale. You right into your plank, engaging your abs in towards your spine, heels towards the back side of the mat. Shoulders are pulling away from one another. And exhale, bringing your body all the way to the ground. Just collapsing onto the floor. The tops of your feet come to touch the ground. And just sitting here, hands continuing to be under your shoulders and your elbows are hugging in towards your sides. Just resting for a moment. And inhale, planting like all 10 fingers into the mat, lifting your knees, engaging your legs and lifting your knees off of the ground. Elbows are in towards your sides, maybe beginning to pull or peel your body off of the ground. Deep breathing. Engage, engage, engage. Stay strong. And exhale, letting it go. Pushing up at your knees and shifting your body all the way to a child's pose. Now in child's pose, you can have your knees in towards one another. You can have your knees out at the sides and your toes touching. Just listen to your body, whatever's comfortable for you. Just a moment here. Check in with your body and your breath. Listen to what they're trying to tell you. A few more breaths. With your next inhale, gently lifting your body up, walking your hands about mat width, coming up onto your toes, plank, and immediately pushing your hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog.
This is the first down dog of the day, so being really gentle on your body and in your mind and your thoughts. Deeply bending your knees, pushing into all 10 fingers, lifting your hips up towards the sky. Find that length in your spine. When you have that length and you feel confident here, maybe you can begin to cycle out one leg, one heel towards the ground, then the other. Just going for a little bike ride with your butt in the air. Cycling out, deeply breathing into the space, to the tightness, to opening up whatever is available in this moment. A few more breaths. Inhale. Final breath. Inhale. And exhale, looking forward, stepping all the way to the front of the mat. Hands to shins, flat back. And exhale, bending at your knees and folding forward. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back, and coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands float to your sides. Stepping your feet out at hip width. Slowing your breath. Allowing the blood to travel from your head down through your body. Returning to an equilibrium. Inhale, hands come above the head. Exhale, bending at your knees, folding forward at your waist. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, planting both hands on the ground, stepping your right foot back this time. Maybe coming up onto your fingertips, checking that your left knee is over top of your left ankle, that your left hip is pulling forward, right hip is pulling back. Finding a nice, even, neutral hip here. From your fingertips, just checking in with your legs, engaging the muscles in your legs. Protect your knee. Engage your right leg, pulling your right heel towards the back side of the mat. Engaging your abs in towards your spine, your core. And when you're ready, maybe coming up to bringing your hands at heart center. Engaging those legs. Inhale, left hand comes up around to the back side of the mat. Right hand comes forward for a nice twist. Exhale, planting your right elbow to the left knee, twisting over to the left. Engaging your legs, using your back muscles and your abs to twist to the left. And one more breath. And exhale, planting both hands on the ground, stepping back immediately for a plank. Maybe begin to shift one hip down towards the ground. Switching, going back and forth, just allowing a nice stretch in the left and right sides of your body as you go down. And last one. Returning to your knees for another child's pose. Again, checking in with your body. Listening to it. Hearing whatever it has to say. Surrendering. If you notice any thoughts coming or
any judgments or tensions or anything that's floating into your mind in this moment. Just witness it. You don't have to identify with the thought or the feeling. You don't have to become whatever it is you're trying to be. Just witness it. Witness yourself in this moment. Your next inhale, gently walking your body up. You're just going to return to a plank. Coming up off of your knees, pushing into the ground, and now bringing your right knee in towards your chest, and gently bringing your left or your foot to the left wrist and allowing your shin to fall to the ground for a pigeon. And checking in with your hips, checking in with your body, your butt, pointing your toes, protecting your knees. Maybe you can begin to walk out, coming onto the forearms. Just easing into this pigeon. And also listening if this doesn't feel good in your body, if this pigeon is not something that you enjoy practicing, maybe coming onto your sits bones and bringing your right ankle crossing over your left knee for this figure four instead. If this is more comfortable for you, you can lay down, pull your knee in towards your chest, whatever's comfortable. This is your practice. This is your body. You know what's best for you. Just easing into it. We'll be here for a few breaths, for a minute or so. So settle in. If something becomes a little too intense, just back off a little. Continuing to take deep breaths, breathing into whatever you're feeling. Maybe with each exhale, you're able to surrender, able to relax a little more or release something. With your next inhale, gently bringing your body back up, coming onto your hands, tucking your left toes, lifting your left knee, and stepping back for a plank. Again, maybe swaying one hip down towards the ground and then swaying over to the other side. Just opening up the fascia within our hips as we go back and forth. And returning back to plank, taking our left knee in this time, bringing our shin to the ground and landing however we do. If you took figure four on the other side, just do whatever you did on the other side, on this side. Maybe staying on your elbows or on your fingertips, wherever you need. The body is so wise. The body can tell us exactly what it needs if we can learn to listen to it. Easing into whatever you need in this moment. Not pushing yourself, just surrendering instead. With your next inhale, walking back up onto your hands, tucking your right toes, lifting your right knee, and stepping back for a plank. You can shake it out a little bit here, but we're immediately just going to step our right foot forward, right behind our right hand, and our left foot forward, right behind our left hand, and just come to sit in this yogic squat. Pushing our knees into our elbows and our elbows into our knees, finding length in our spine. Maybe there becomes a straight line from one elbow to the other with your hands in prayer. Wherever you're at, just sinking into your hips. See if you can find areas within your body to surrender, to release the tension. Maybe even taking your chin towards your chest and kind of rounding your spine a little just to open up those muscles in your back. Just continuing to breathe. Your next exhale, very gently coming to sit on your sits bones, bringing the bottoms of your feet together in a nice butterfly. Kind of shifting left and right, bringing your heels of your feet in towards your pelvis as much as you can. Maybe grabbing a hold of your toes, maybe peeling them open as if you're trying to open a book and placing your elbows into your knees and kind of folding forward as much as you can without losing the length in your spine. Just having a nice long spine and breathing deeply. And bringing your knees up towards one another and very gently, one vertebrae at a time, rolling onto your back and surrendering into the earth for Shavasana. Maybe shaking out your legs a little, breathing deeply, just surrendering into the earth, letting this earth hold you. rooting down right in this moment. And once more, finding that gratitude for yourself. As you made it to your mat today, as you showed up for yourself in this loving and caring way. If you set an intention for the beginning of practice, maybe bringing that to the forefront of your mind. And with every breath, just surrendering to the earth a little more, settling in a little more, allowing the wisdom of your body to feed your soul. Thank you so much for joining me in my practice and allowing me to be a part of yours. Namaste.